Let's try a greeting that's a little less annoying this time. Today, what I'm going to do is talk about the e.l.f. Ultimate Kabuki brush. And so I've been using this for a couple weeks, and I think I have a pretty good opinion on it. So first, I'm going to put in just a demonstration of me using it. So, because I used it to do my makeup today, and I'm going to stick that in now. Right now I'm going to be finishing up my face with the e.l.f. Ultimate Kabuki brush, and I've already got I have a mirror right in front of me right here. I've already got my foundation and my concealer and my under eyes done, so I'm just going to do all of my powder products, and I'll do that with the brush just to show you how it works. So the first thing I'm going to use is, what is this called? The Urban Decay Naked Light Ultra Definition Powder. I think Naked Light is the color on it, but so big palette here, and I'm just gonna swirl this in, mix that powder really well, and then I'm just gonna run this all over my face. So it's just a setting powder. I have not used this with a liquid foundation because I don't think it would be dense enough. You could try it. I haven't tried it because I like my sponges anyway. So so that's face powder. So the next that I will do is let's do a little bit of bronzing, and I have the Too Faced Soulmates and Ross and Rachel, because of course it has to be Ross and Rachel. I'm just gonna go in with just the side of it like this. I'm gonna swirl it in right there so you can see it picked up quite a bit there. I'm gonna use it down here. Pick up a little bit more and do a little bit up here. I'm just using the whole side of the brush. So I'm also going to do blush. So I've got bronzer on the side, I've got my face on this side, so I'm going to use this side for blush. And the blush that I'm using is the City Color Be Matte Blush in Pink Grapefruit. It's a really nice light pink color, and it's very pigmented. So you have to use a very light hand with it, so I'm just gonna tap it. Like, see how much is already on there? And I don't like very heavy duty blush, so just rubbing that up in here, going a little bit more. And usually blend it up into the bronzer down below. That's what I like to do so it doesn't look so scary. One of the downsides to this is I'm going to show you, because I forgot to set my under eye. I usually use my favorite e.l.f. under eye brightener, but you can see how small that is. I'm going to try and tap some out to here. I'm going to use the same side that I used for my face. And you can see it's one of the downsides of the brush is how I mean, it's very multi-purpose, but because of how big it is, you can't really get underneath your eyes. So I'm gonna go in with my Real Techniques one and finish that off. So the last thing that I'm going to show you is a highlight with it, and just to further example how small, how this can work with small things rather than just big open palettes. I have a highlight here, and it is the Vintage by Jessica, I think it's Jessica Liebskin. It's in the shade Crystal Pink, and this I got in an Ipsy bag. It's just a sample size. Okay. So I'm going to take this and swirl. This one can get in there pretty easily, which is good. And I'm just going to dab that up along my cheekbones here. So this does pretty well with that because of how small this is. It's easy to not get too much on, I think. Ooh, magic of editing. Okay, anyway. Okay, so my thoughts on it are it's very, very good total face brush. I mean, look at it. It's huge and it's so soft. It's very, very soft. It feels really good on my face. And the size of it is really good for total face setting, except for under your eyes. The only thing is it's too big to fit right under the eye without getting powder in your eye. So anyway, so it's a very good size for getting all over your face, and then you can switch to the side of it, as you saw, and I use the side of it to do my bronzing today, and it gets really, really well into the cheekbone, like right underneath the cheekbone there, and then you can just use it to blend. Most of the time I do bronzer like from here to up here. I don't do the bottom half of the three. But it gets really good up here, and I think it gets really good up here as well. I think it's very good to control, and because it's so soft, it's very good at blending things together. I also used it for my blush today, and because, like I just said, how soft it is, it blends things together pretty well. So I think it blended my blush in with my bronzer very well. So that's really good. And then the only downside is because of how big it is, and this is kind of to be expected, but because of how big it is, to do something a little bit more detailed like under your eye or like a highlight, I wouldn't use this for that. I was able to use it for my highlight today because the highlighter that I used has a very, very small pan on it, or a very flat pan. I mean, you can use this with something small, but as long as it's a flat pan. So I'll show you, this has a very flat pan on it, versus what I have been using to set my powder is the CoverGirl True Blend Micro Minerals. It has a mark on it because I'm trying to use it up. It's one of my use up by the end of the year powders products, but because like how small that is, one of the reasons I don't like this is because of how much of a mess it makes. This not gonna fit in there without causing a bigger mess. So I can only use this when I use things that come in an actual pan versus a loose powder that comes in through a sifter. So I wouldn't use this for like a loose powder, but unless it's a really, really big sifter. Very, very soft though, and very, very effective. It picks up powder really well. It distributes powder really well. Like I said at the beginning of the video, it is cracking. I don't know why it's cracking here. The bristles seem pretty fine. I've washed this a couple times and it's not, they haven't started shedding or anything like that. So, I mean, e.l.f. usually has pretty good quality brushes. So maybe I don't know what I did. I just must have dropped this or something to make it crack like that, because blunt force will break anything. So this retails for $10 on e.l.f.'s website. I have not seen this in stores at Walmart or Target. Target usually has a decent selection of e.l.f. stuff, but not their entire line. And Walmart's been kind of picking up and dropping it and picking up and dropping it, depending on what Walmart you're at. So I have not seen this in stores, but it does retail for $10 on the e.l.f. website. So I'll put a link for that down below as well. But if you're a traveler, I think that this would be perfect because it's small, like it's short. It's not very wide. It's wider than your average brush, of course. But if you don't want to bring 3 different face brushes with you, this would do the trick. So for $10, if you travel a lot, I think this would be really worth it. So, so yeah, I liked it. Positive reviews. Okay, so let me know what you guys think. If anyone's tried it out, if anyone likes it. Becca came out with one recently that's fairly similar to this, but really narrow, and Bailey B has a review on that, a comparison between the two. I'm not gonna get the Becca one because it's too expensive. I'm happy with this one. But if you guys are interested, I'll link that down below and you can go tell her what you think. So, okay, I'm gonna go. Bye.